y'all, it's VJ.
It's Jame.
And this is
A Sip and a
Shot.
Shot.
Woo, 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 woo. It is our spooky season.
Yeah, so excited. My favorite time of the year. Well, the start of my favorite time of the year.
Okay.
Spooky season, Thanksgiving because I like to eat, Christmas because I like the gifts, and New Year's.
Yeah. And you like to give. She's a giver also.
Yeah.
Like Christmas is not just about receiving 30-year-old Jame.
I just said I like gifts. I didn't say from or to, just gifts.
Okay, fair.
Gift of life, gift of joy, gift of money, gift of giving, gift of receiving.
Gifts.
So
we are going to be having spooky cocktails, spooky themed, Halloween themed cocktails all month.
Yeah.
Super excited.
And then y'all can get y'all fall drinks in November.
Yes. Because Jane has been preparing for spooky season. Like, she has a whole Pinterest board ready.
I was checking the Pinterest board back in July, and I was like, dang, this is a lot of Halloween drinks.
We're going to try to make as many happen for you. We love it. Okay, so our shot today is called
Bite of the Iguana.
Ew.
And it has vodka, tequila, triple sec, sour mix, and OJ. I said triple, yeah. Come on, list them out, sis. Listen, triple sec sounded like I said something weird, and that's what threw me off a little bit.
Triple sec always gives us weird.
I was like, triple sec. Is that the word?
That's it. So I want to mix this a little bit because, it's
separated. Definitely the orange juice definitely came away from everything else. Give it a little swirl. I also got us
she got us crazy straw. She got us masks. Not masks, headbands. Okay, cheers to the good.
Cheers to the bad.
Cheers to all the things we wish we had.
Clink, clink, clink. Yum.
Ooh.
Good. Sour.
You know what I just realized?
What?
It's tequila and vodka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you taste both?
Yeah.
Taste both?
It was good. It was a good, easy shot.
Yeah.
You know what I realized when we were shopping for when I went to the grocery store? I'm like, we're not going to be using pineapple for a while.
Yeah.
Pineapples are summery kind of bad.
So long, pineapple.
Got to go. Okay, I'm excited about our sip.
Yes.
This is called the Black Widow.
The Black Widow. So it has blackberries, tequila. Again, we're trying to keep it,
We're trying to say we're gonna get back to keeping it in the same liquor group.
We ain't trying to die. We gotta go to work. Yes. You gotta go to work.
Yes, we do. Okay.
So it has lemon juice, blackberries, tequila, orange bitters, and
blood orange sparkling soda.
Yeah, some blood orange sparkling soda.
Cheers, friend.
Cheers, girly. Oh,
okay, hold on. It's not
blackberry. Oh no,
is it just me? Listen. That's good.
What the hell?
Is it in there? Oh, it's stuck.
Okay, the blackberries are problematic. Oh my god.
That blackberry is not gonna make it up. Yeah, I got one stuck in the crazy straw. So all the silence that you hear is us. Did you get any through the straw?
I got a little bit.
Are you coming? No. Okay, that's it.
Well, straw free this week.
I have not sucked something that hard in so long.
My mouth gonna be sore.
Right. Lord. My tongue is bitch, what are you doing?
My cheeks hurt between trying to blow out the blackberries and suck up the juice past the blackberries. I blew out 3 of them bad boys.
Crazy straw thing.
Like what?
The crazy straw thing was a good idea, but
we're gonna try these again for a week where there's nothing floating.
No fruit in there. I'm about to say, yeah, spit it into the cup. Crazy.
Could you imagine if a blackberry flew out of it? Woo, that'd be a rough week.
Anyway, so before we get started, guess what? It's social media week, guys.
Yeah.
We were so excited about spooky season. We forgot all about social media week. But before we jump into our spooky season, our social media week. Let me tell you why I'm discombobulated. We went to a beer tasting today.
Oh, I was wondering where we're gonna drop that in.
Yeah.
And I guess it's now. We did do beer tasting, and we don't drink beer.
We don't drink beer. It was so random. We had to go pick up some orange bitters, and the place liquor store. Jesus, hold on, y'all.
Y'all, struggles, okay?
So
the liquor store you went to has a bar in it. They do flights. VJ saw a sign on the door that mentioned flights, and it was like, hey,
you want to do flights today?
And I'm not really the friend that's going to be like, no. I'm more the friend that's like, okay.
So we went and we asked about the flights, and they were like, well, which flight do you want? We're like, well, which flight do you have? Because normally I'm thinking it's just
like a
one
wine
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he said, no. And the guy was like, well, you can try all of them before you get the flight. And I was like, okay. So we just like picked and chose. We ended up trying all of them.
There was 12 on the menu. I think 3 were crossed out.
Yeah.
So I think we tried 9. We sampled 9 and then got flights each that had 4 beers.
Yeah. And we recorded all of it.
We did.
So that included our conversation that we had, which took a turn.
Which definitely took a turn.
You guys might just have to, we might post some of that on the Instagram and on the YouTube, because we want y'all to see, VJ and Jame outside of podcasting.
When we're really just being
crazy.
I mean, we're still us, but it's different.
It's
when
like
the conversation is
us.
not, the conversation is a little planned here.
And you hear parts like, let's turn this off so we can finish this conversation. This doesn't
like cameras on.
You know what that just reminds me of? Remember when we were in college?
Oh yeah.
And we would go to a party and our friend had a boyfriend who did not want her at parties, and she would be like, you have to tell me when there's a camera. So we'd be like twerking, dancing, get it, camera, everyone up straight.
Even outside of that, because her boyfriend wasn't controlling anybody else.
Yeah.
But it was still like no face, no case. Please don't spit on the MacBook. It was still no face, no case. So everybody, like, even if somebody was like dancing that was single or whatever, it was kind of like, camera, turn your head to the side, keep doing your thing.
Or you get the heck out of the way. Because back then they would post the pictures on Facebook.
Yes, and we didn't have like Instagram, TikTok. We wasn't talking about our sneaky links, telling everybody business out there. You got caught up on Facebook and them party pictures.
Yeah.
And then people would, back when people would
tag you in pictures. Tag you and be like, you might want to untag yourself ASAP. Okay. I can report it or you can untag yourself.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Random people tag you in pictures and you like, ain't nobody supposed to see this. Please.
So.
Reframe.
So much fun. Okay. Woo. The beer was fun though.
It was
so
fun.
Random.
Conversation was good. Like he was very
he was
friendly.
So great, and he said you guys have to come back Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a whiskey tasting. Now, I don't know if I want to do a whiskey tasting with Jane.
Excuse me?
I don't know if I want to do a whiskey tasting period, but like
I think finish what you have to say before I get offended. Because I feel like I'm leaning on the offended.
Like I'm about to be offended.
I don't want offended. What do you have to say,
I just feel like I don't know how we're going to get home if we do a whiskey tasting. And Darian has already told me that I have a limit on calling him to get us home.
Marcus.
Perfect. All right, that was it. We're doing a whiskey tasting sometime this week. Okay,
Marcus.
perfect.
Shoot, Marcus will go. You'll be all right. Hey, Marcus, you want to go do a whiskey tasting with us?
And it wasn't expensive.
No, well,
and they
beer.
were local. Yes, that was the other thing that we realized. Got to be more careful.
Please put your phones on silent while on this ride. Keep your hands and feet in the vehicle. Thank you.
So the thing that we realized was
she gave me text to get a little smirk. Oh, okay. Phone to the side. Oh, okay. Okay.
So listen, I'm out here trying to live my life, girl. I'm trying to be young, wild, and free. No, I always tell Kiana and Kelly, what is it?
Young, fly, flashy.
Young, fly, and hip, or something like that. And they're like, okay, that's it. Anyway,
you're done.
We realized because when we were in school, I didn't understand how they got as drunk as they did off beer, because beer wasn't really that great.
No.
But I understood because we were tipsy as hell. Good. Not as hell, but just like feeling really like, oh shit.
I can see beer. How y'all, and it's like $3 cans or $5, $6.
You get a 6-pack for under $10, I'm assuming.
Yeah, compared to getting one drink
for $12, $13, $14.
And that might be because of where we live. Put that out there. If y'all come to the DC area and think you gonna get you a nice little cheap drink, don't come out here looking for a Long Island iced tea for less than $11, $12.
Yeah,
that's the admission. You might mess up and find something for $20.
I think the cheapest I've seen one is probably like recently. It's probably like $16, $17. And I like my shit top shelf. Okay,
and that's the problem.
Yeah. I'm not doing real, but I don't want a real Long Island. I want all of my shit, and add a little bit of DiSerrano in that too. Girl, why did my mom text me this weekend? She said, "Hey, I need a drink. Like, I need a name of a drink." So I was like, margarita? I was
like, I don't know what you want from me.
She was like, I'm out at a restaurant and I want to know what I should get that doesn't have a lot of alcohol in it. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like going through I was like, that's going to have too much alcohol. Let me just get the basic. Like,
what'd you tell her?
I told her like amaretto sour, but I didn't know. I was like, I don't know where you are. There should be a drink menu that you can choose from.
My mom does that as well. And the drink that, which she rarely ever remembers what her drink order is supposed to be, is a rum punch.
Whiskey sour, a mojito, a sex on the beach. She said, what's the liquor for the, I think she said amaretto. And I said, it's the amaretto. Like, she said, yeah, the name of it. I said, amaretto. But I saw her today, and she was like, it was DiSerrano. But they didn't have any amaretto, so then she said, well, DiSerrano. The lady came back, she said, the bartender said, we don't have any amaretto. And I said, well, Mom, you gotta get the whatchamacallit.
Let me tell you something, they taught you a bartender in school. They said you should know what the flavors of the drinks are, what the top shelf name is, and what the non-top shelf name is. Amaretto and DiSerrano
are the same thing. My mom didn't realize that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, but for like the waitress to come back, for the bartender to be like, we don't have any amaretto, but you got DiSerrano.
They didn't have that either.
Same, like, come on now.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I tell my mom, rum punch, stick to it, don't question it, leave it alone. And she's like, what's my drink that I get now? Because it's very fruity, very light. Yeah,
you're not going to taste the alcohol.
Not going to taste the alcohol.
I don't want a lot of alcohol in it. I don't want to taste. I'm like, listen.
Nice.
I want to taste mine. I want to taste a little bit of mine, okay? I want to know this in there.
I need to know you put it in there. Okay?
Unless I'm out at a beach, I just want to taste it a little bit so I can continue to drink it.
Yeah. But I need to hit up.
Oh, that's a little strong. Can I get a little spray in that? Thank you. But anyway, this is our social media week.
Yes.
I'm super excited because we haven't had one.
We have, I mean, every 4 weeks.
We haven't had one in 3 weeks.
I haven't had one in 3 weeks. And we were talking today, and it was like, so our topics are very similar. So we'll see how long this goes. But we're already 13 minutes in.
Here we go.
So,
categories are
True.
Bish Whet.
Please stop.
We love
Put it on hold.
And I always like remember them after I find shit. So I don't know.
I was like, I don't know that my fit in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One of them is.
Can we start with? Because I don't know this is really a social media topic that I need to cover for a long period of time. Okay. But Cardi B at Fashion Week.
Yes.
I just wanted to shout out.
She killed that.
She is killing it.
She's still killing that. And so I also had Cardi B as my social media, and it was because I think she recently went on live, or she put in her story her Instagram story about postpartum bodies. And we are in a phase now where a lot of our friends are having kids, and you know, we're having those conversations and trying to remind them that it took you 9 months to build your baby. Give yourself a lot of
leeway,
or just like patience and grace.
Yes.
And also remembering that you also went through a huge change in your life. It wasn't just like, oh, I had a baby and everything went back to normal.
It was like your whole body.
Your whole body, your mind,
your
spirit,
organs shifting and stuff like that. Like,
and I liked when she said, you know, she has a big influence, especially over women in probably the women younger, but also our age group.
Yes.
Where it's like, take your time. Like, there's no rush. You don't have to snap back.
Right.
It was very honest about that. And I think a lot of people need to hear that.
And she showed, like, she was like, I know I look snatched in the pictures when I'm posing like this, but in actuality,
yes,
she turned to the side and, like, pulled down her
leggings
and was like,
shirt,
this is what
I'm really working with.
She was like, I'm really working with. And I think one of the comments that made me also want to talk about it was somebody in the comments was like, oh, I just feel so sad for her. She's got a newborn baby and she's out out of the country, whatever have you. And I was happy that people were defending her, because I feel like Cardi gets a lot of
flag.
Yeah, for random stuff. But they were like, her babies are with her. Like, it's not like she flew Paris.
On a private jet. Like,
she's got her babies.
And the baby, I think, is either 2 or 3 months at this point.
Right. And then the reason why she posted all that was because people were saying she had surgery. Everybody's like, you can't get surgery until 6 months after you've postpartum. So focus on yourself, relax.
It was like, true.
Yeah,
that's the perfect true.
Thank you, Cardi.
Thank you. And not necessarily, we don't have children, we're not in a postpartum anything, but a lot of, we have close friends who have children who are pregnant, and just that reassurance to kind of take that weight. It's so much weight, and if we can take a little bit off of that from someone, I think knowing people that are human is just...
And even outside of postpartum, gaining weight, period. It's been a tough year on everybody, tough 2 years now.
I have to stop using that as an excuse at this point. I really just need to walk around.
Oh, I realized that I've been buying work clothes, and I'm like, wow, you don't feel anything from 2 years ago. So we're going to take the fall and winter to get it together when you're wearing your big baggy sweaters and then next thing you know, I'll be like,
woo, snatch, baby, ew.
And check it out.
Yes.
Yeah, but give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
And be nice to yourself. Your body will get there. You will get there. You don't have to beat yourself up.
And a positive, inside, the internal, just peace will make you, will get you to where you want to go.
There it is.
So that was our first, true. You want to start us out? It was so funny. We always kind of have the same things, but
oh, and shout out to her stylist, Colin Carter, at Colin with a Kollin Carter on Instagram. I put that in there. Okay.
Go for it.
My second one, because that was technically our first one, is about being petty with your exes. Is that on your list too?
No.
Okay. So this girl confessed that she paid her ex-boyfriend's barber to push his hairline back. She paid him $400 to do it right before his birthday. Her ex planned a getaway trip with his new boo, and she said, not on my petty watch.
No. Well, how come you... Well, wait a second. How does she know?
$400.
She could have used that to go on a trip.
Okay.
But was the new... Oh, his new boo.
His new boo. He had a birthday getaway planned with his new boo, and she paid $400 to get his hairline pushed back. Now, I don't know if y'all know some men out here and how serious they are about their hairline. Everybody might not know. I don't know where you come from, what your life like, who your friends are.
Especially those African American descent.
Okay, black men don't play about their hairline. If you want to make somebody mad, they say something smart to you, like that's why your hairline pushed back. That's why your line up a little crooked, it's a little high on the left side.
You ain't make it to the barber this week?
Oh,
okay.
Ooh, you didn't bring no hat out the house.
I think I got a head in my car. That the hairline and the beard don't connect.
Oh yeah, beard don't connect.
That's a game
hairline
for them.
Go up. I was like, ooh, he might have cut you a little light on this side. Somebody got you a little close.
Listen, don't piss Jame off, man. She go before that hairline quick. Now if she really likes you, she'll hold off.
I'm really nice. I tend to be nice. There's a strike system. Anywho. Bish Whet?
Yeah, I'm like, Bish Whet? I don't think it's
$400.
Not for $400.
Not When that haircut costs how much?
And how is she gonna really know that he did it? Like, in men and their barbers, that's nothing to play with.
That's probably why it costs $400.
That's a bitch what?
That's a bitch what? And I'm like, how far back was the hairline push?
Well, see, I'm taking it a step further. How long was he her ex? Was like this the woman that? Because I'm like, well, why? Because move on with your life. Save your $400 and do something with it.
Okay. You could take a trip too, boo.
Yeah, like that's a good round trip and a hotel somewhere kind of nice.
Especially if you drive. If you do a little burn and turn, baby girl.
I'm trying to figure out like how long. Now, if this was the other girl, the other woman, and she knew and they broke up, and then it's like, nah, I'm a mess your trip up. Now, I'd take it up a notch. You gotta do something in that other country.
Oh.
I missed it. I would cancel their reservation. Like, if you that mad, I wouldn't.
Like, I'm not spending none of my money.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
not $400 of my money.
And then the thing about that hairline, it's gonna last for a while.
It is.
It's gonna mess his trip up.
And then the barber probably gonna have some issues with his client because they loyal to each other. He be like, man, what? But I'm like, is he loyal enough to go back after his hairline got pushed back, or is he gonna be looking for a new barber?
How much is a haircut? Like $20?
Maybe 30. I'll say 35. Maybe with tip.
I ain't paid for a haircut in a minute, so.
I ain't paid for a haircut. Never.
Well, I took Darian to get a haircut. Like his first haircut when he had hair.
Yeah.
And I paid for him.
And how long ago was that?
He was 19?
Girl.
19? He's 27 now. So I don't remember what it was like. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but you remember there was a post a while ago was like, what's the pettiest thing you've done to somebody?
Yeah.
And I think dry, like the fake potatoes, the potato flakes. You just add water in somebody's lawn. Now that is a great, like, there's some things you can get done while he on the strip. If you're gonna be petty, there's some things that you can get done for less than $10 at the grocery store. You know what I mean?
$400 for a hairline, but she wanted that to last. That's a memory, and you gonna lose your barber.
And he can't take no pictures on his trip, or he gonna be in hats the whole time, head sweating.
Or he just gonna shave. Well, see, this has too much because if he has a nice shaped head and a full beard, he can get that thing shaved off. And baby, a bald head with a beard, woo! Like, if he got the right head for it.
If he has the right head for it. Yeah. She should have Elmer Fudded him. Now that's...
No, because you could just take...
Elmer. If you get the Elmer Fudd...
Get my life together.
Or the, Moving on up.
George Jackson.
Yeah, George Jackson.
But no, you can still... It's too much. You can, figure that out.
You can fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. For $400.
For $400 is not worth it to me. I like being petty. Well, I'm trying to evolve, but I do have a little petty in my system, and well, what's the pettiest thing you've done to a man who you were dating?
Nothing. I don't think I do anything petty. Not that I can think.
I don't think I do anything petty. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, no.
I don't want the karma. I really want to move on.
I mean, the worst thing is
what
I say, and that's as far as far as it gets.
I wanted my ex to see how much of a good time I was having without him. I don't know if that's petty.
Yeah, the standard.
Yeah. Like, you missed out on all of this, like,
freakum dress on. You going out with your girls.
Yeah.
We did burn some stuff one time. Remember that?
We did burn some stuff.
But that was like...
But that was more so for you than him.
Yeah.
It wasn't petty.
I was just found...
Some belongings.
Yeah, belongings that he wasn't going to get back. He wasn't going to ask for it back. I was like, guys, let's burn it.
You'd be surprised.
Juniors in college. Get a pot, burn it.
Figure out how to burn it.
I know. Like, do we get a pot? We got like one of them like a big lighter from the store. It's like, yes, let's light it up.
Okay, so that's a bitch. The pettiest thing I've done was like,
you gonna see me out here.
Yeah.
Baby boy.
I'm gonna be like enjoying my life, but it's funny because then I blocked them on my social media, so. Like, you ain't gonna be able to see that. Maybe that's the pettiest thing I did. Like, I don't want you out here seeing me. I want you completely cut from my life.
Oh no. You can
maybe
watch.
I shouldn't. Never mind.
That's always my thing. You can you can see
watch?
it. You can watch, you can call, but you gonna know you've been ignored. And I always feel like it's more of a
like, you gonna know I'm ignoring you. I don't want you to think that I'm not.
And I feel like it's, for me, it teaches me more, like, blocking doesn't force me to be like, oh, I'm not talking to this person, not challenging myself enough.
Okay.
Because it's like, once you take them off block, you could go back to just doing what you want to do. You have to see that number or like that call coming and be like, no. Mama said no.
Yeah.
Not today, devil.
Yeah. So that's under Bish Whet.
Bish what?
That's the same thing. I'm like, I don't block you. I want you to know I'm ignoring you.
Yeah. Well, you gonna know.
Yeah. Okay, so
What's yours?
our past guest and good friend Jiva sent us to the podcast,
Right on time, girl.
and she said she sent us a story
Mm-hmm.
that said, not story but tweet. My cousin left her husband and he keeps accusing her of cheating, but really she left him because he makes twice what she makes.
Oh.
And was still insisting on her paying half the bills. Sis says she would just rather pay all of her bills and not be bothered by him. Good for her.
I can see that. True.
Really?
That's the truth for me. Yeah.
Why?
I feel like a lot of times, you know, it's a very historic, like, standard, where it's women are taking care of the home a lot of times. Especially if he's making twice her salary. I feel like a lot of times to make twice her salary, your time is not as available as somebody else's. Like, you know how directors are constantly working or CEOs are constantly working. So it's like, unless you have one of those jobs where you don't have to work, but you're making a bunch of money, probably scamming.
Or you just have to be like the face of a company or something.
Right, you have to be the face of a company, but even then, that comes with a lot of work. And she's probably still taking care of home. She's probably still cooking, cleaning, doing the typical things that a man would want a woman to do. And now, even though I'm taking care of home and working myself, and you're taking care of business and you're making more money, you still want half the bills? Like, I can understand 25-75. Like, I think
what you're supposed to, and I put supposed to because, you know, what is supposed to in air quotes for any marriage or relationship, you make your own rules for your relationship.
Do what's best for you.
But it's supposed to be like you pay the amount of the bill. So if you make 25% of the income and he makes 75% of the income, then he pays 75% of the bills and you pay the 25% of the bills. So it's more like level.
Yes.
But if I'm being honest, if I was the person making twice as much as my husband, and that's just because I'm the experiences that I've had,
yes,
I'm not paying more. Like, we're gonna split it 50-50,
and I feel like that's
take care of it.
But I feel like that's a double standard, because
why?
You're a woman, and historically women haven't paid the bills. So it's not as much as I need to pay more. It's, I'm still a woman in the household. You're like, the man is the breadwinner, head of the household, pay the bills thing.
But I think if you keep it 50-50, if I'm paying the majority of the bills, then I'm not going to respect you as a man.
That's what I'm saying. The double standard comes from.
No,
It's, I mean, it is a double standard. I don't know that
but like, if he's paying the majority of the bills, would I respect him more as the man? No, because I feel like that's your choice. I need to get into a mindset of being taken care of. Like, I need to be in the mindset of, Veronica, you don't have to pay the bills.
You don't have to pay the bills. And that's the hardest part. That's a hard mindset to settle in.
That's kind of how you've been raised. Like, I was raised in a very, I don't want to say super equal, because my parents were still very traditional in the sense of like, but they paid the bills together.
Yeah.
It wasn't like my dad paid all the bills and my mom paid all the bills. They figured out how to work that.
Right.
That was best for them. But
I mean,
I want to get into like a.
You can.
I got this bill.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's fine.
Oh, no.
That's fine, and I don't. owe you anything for that decision you made.
And I think this is the other thing, because you know when you get married, you're supposed to put like everything in one pot. Supposed to, again in air quotes, but it's like one bank account. That's the wildest shit for me.
I am a fan of joint bank account for bills, necessary expenses. And if you have your fun account, I have my fun account.
Okay. You have your savings, I have my savings.
Yes.
And then do we have a savings together?
I can see that. I mean, your fun account, your savings, your account on the side is whatever you want your account on the side to be.
That's some new age shit.
It definitely is. I mean, back in the day, women didn't really have much of a choice but to have one account, and now we got a choice to have more than one account.
Right.
Or based on things we have seen, might be a little beneficial to have your own account with just your name on it, not your partner's name on it.
Well, even then, there's so much legal shit. Anyway, I ain't even getting into that. So, do we want to put that under a Bish Whet, a Truuuee, or please stop?
I would say Truuuee, because do what's best for you in your relationship.
Before you give that, let me also ask this. Why wouldn't she just... There's issues with this marriage, because why wouldn't she just tell him, it bothers me that you're making me pay, or you're requiring me to pay this much when you make that much, versus him accusing you of cheating? Like, what's worse, cheating or like a financial issue?
And this is my thing. No, understanding how a lot of women are in relationships, the chances of her having said that multiple times already,
and he didn't listen,
not listening, or...
And it's easier to assume that someone's cheating versus...
Than like actually leaving for the reason they said they're leaving.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, chances are if they're married, they've probably been battling over this for a while, because I don't know that he's been making twice as much the entire relationship. It could have been not twice as much, but a little more, and then he might be excelling in work, and she's, making the same amount of money each, year over year.
And that might have to be because she's staying at home with the kids, and it's like, this is a steady paycheck, but I still, I'm still able to be a mother.
Or the field that she's in, or whatever. And then when, I feel like once the straw breaks the camel's back, and she's like, I've had enough, because I feel like it takes a lot to leave a marriage. I think to get a divorce and be like, say the man, you gotta be separated for a year. Before you can even go through the whole process.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it takes a lot to get to that point, and women typically are like, I'ma stay, I'ma make it work, we can go to therapy, we can talk it out, we can do this, we can do that, before jumping to the divorce.
I'm done. Yeah.
Line.
I can see that.
And that's why I'm like, they've probably had a lot of arguments about it, talked about it multiple times. He ain't listening.
It's like, you're not listening, so I'm not. You can create whatever narrative. Listen, that amount of power, when you say you can create whatever narrative
you want,
that blame it on me, so you can say whatever you like, as long as you say goodbye. At the end of this, as long as you're out, I'm good.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
And I think that's where it's like, eventually you have to choose your peace over...
being right.
Sure, she chose to be right and have her peace at the same time.
I can see it, yeah.
But yeah, and then you decide to leave, and then afterwards, of course, it's easier to be like, oh, she was probably cheating on me because she living her best life out here, paying her own bills, or somebody must be helping you pay your bills because you ain't want to X, Y, and Z.
Or it's the judgment of, well, you as a man, you were making her pay? Is that part? Because it's like you sitting in your car while she pumping her own gas? Mm-hmm. You lost your wife because you didn't want to pay more?
I'm just going to sip on that.
Listen. Please stop. Please stop.
But yeah, Truuuee, do whatever works for you.
Do whatever works for you. Life is short. You should be happy. Period.
It's your marriage. You signed, sealed, deliver that thing to the courthouse at some point. Okay, so my last one is about, I don't know if you saw this, the artist that got paid or lent $84,000 to produce artwork for a museum and returned a blank canvas, or blank canvases, it was 2, and called it Take the Money and Run as his piece of art. This happened in Europe. $84,000. Like, the museum was like, here's $84,000 to use for materials and whatever you need to create this artwork.
A salary.
Salary, get yourself paid, get your materials, because art materials are expensive.
How many paintings did they want?
Don't know, but he produced 2 canvases, blank. And I don't know if y'all go buy canvases, but you can get them pretty cheap at Michael's.
You get 2 in a pack.
And you get multi-packs. Okay? And then called the artwork, take the money and run. And
that's so
art.
Bish, what?
That's the same thing I say. And the crazy thing about art is like it's subjective. Right? Yeah, subjective.
Yeah, I mean,
and so it's kind of like that's a piece of art. The fact that you scammed your $84,000.
Is it a scam though?
I don't think it's a scam.
Is it a scam?
Y'all needed a good contract. I mean, but technically canvas.
No, but what was the contract going to say? Like, you had to add pen to paper or paint to canvas, like
medium to canvas.
Because if that you could have painted, take the money and run. That's wild.
Yeah,
but that's stupid as hell. Cause how long you gonna live off $86,000? Where's 86?
I don't know where the 6 is coming from.
Where's 80? How long you gonna live off $84,000? Like, and I think because I watched the movie. What was it called? Black Love. No, with Kofi.
Don't know what it is because I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's too romantic for you. But it takes place in DC. I gotta know what it is. I might need to. It's gonna bother me if I don't look. Sorry. But seeing the work that they put in, really love, not Black Love, really love. Seeing the work that they put in to get to a space of being featured in a gallery, getting paid for your work.
Yep.
Imagining and creating it, buying it, and for you to do that, you like mess yourself up for the future.
Not really.
You don't think so?
If you look at what Kanye's doing, I think once you reach you think people paying how much to go listen to the same album 3 times in the same stadium?
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So if you're getting paid $86,000 and you've reached a level of
like
notoriety,
like I feel like
your
to even reach a level where somebody's paying you 84, lending you, giving you 84. Yeah, I don't know where this comes from. $84,000 to produce your artwork. You are at a high level.
That's fair.
And that doesn't mean that you're not gonna keep creating work. So it's not like they can't go and buy your created artwork anymore.
And what's also going to happen is I see where you're going with this. What's also going to happen is people are going to go to that gallery and go to that museum just to see that and then see everybody else's artwork.
And this happened in Europe, in like the Netherlands or Sweden or somewhere, and it's like now you're a household, like it's all over
like
the
viral.
news. Yeah, you're viral for that thing. That's like a Banksy type of move.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I mean, it's crazy. I was like, dang, that sucks. But I was like, dang, you smart. How am I gonna get 84K not to be good?
Okay, we also got a thing. When Kanye West came out in 2004, he's earned the right, to have the same music out 3 days. Like
Beyonce's gone on tour with the same album for multiple times. On the Run 2, On the Run 1, everybody on the run.
And we've been on the run there. You know, like
tickets selling out in minutes. Okay, on the run.
So you've earned that kind of
right.
So
and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if somebody's giving like you 84,
what?
Yeah.
But it's also like, go ahead, man, do your thing. Go ahead.
I feel like it's kind of like some people scamming, and I'll be like, dang, what? If only I had the moral compass to do that.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. So my last one, I don't know what category it's in. It's kind of like a happy one. I really loved it when I saw it. These sisters threw their brother a Power Rangers party.
I started watching that, but I didn't finish it.
It was so... She said when they were younger, they will always say, can you do this? We'll throw your Power Rangers party. Can you do that? We'll throw your Power Rangers. Because they were the older sisters. And we're older sisters, so we know, like, sometimes you got to use some shit to get your younger siblings to do it.
Because they're not going to do nothing.
They're not going to do it. Yeah. It's going to be an issue.
And they're going to do it halfway.
Yeah.
It's like you barely going to get what you want.
So, I think the brother turned 21.
Yes, so it was his 21st.
And they invited all of his friends and them, and everyone dressed up as Power Rangers. And it was like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers party.
That's dope.
Like, the cake had the themes. People dressed up as them. They were, like, posing as them, had the background. And I just thought that was so... And I don't know if it's because I have I love the Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers was it.
I just my godson, cousin, nephew, all of that, you know how black folk are, he just turned 5.
Family.
And we watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers together. And it was just the best, like, so nostalgic.
Yeah.
And he was like, Auntie, dun, 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 dun. And to see that and know the memory, and then to see this black family do that as well, I was just like, oh, I love it.
I know. I want to finish it because I was watching it, but I missed the beginning when she said it was sisters, and then she said he turned 21, and I was like, you look like black really don't crack. Because if you his mama...
No, so it was older sister.
Yeah, there we go. Now it makes sense. But I fully understand it. It's nothing like seeing somebody, I guess, younger than you experience things and have the same feelings that you had. Like, I remember the first time my sister watched Selena, and she was in love with the movie. Like, at first she didn't want to watch it, and then, you know, she's she's like, oh my gosh. And I left the room towards the end of the movie. Spoiler alert for anybody that's never watched Selena. And she kind of came in while the movie was still playing, and she was like, so, like, what's up with Selena now? I haven't heard any music from her. And I was like, huh? And then, boom, Selena got shot. And I was like, oh my God. Because you forgot the key part in the movie.
You know it, you just forget to let
I forgot to like let her know, because everybody else I know has seen it, so they're not surprised by it. But then when she started asking, like, I haven't heard music from her, how come I've never heard of her before, like, what's going on? And then she died in the movie, and my sister, her eyes were like watering, and I almost cried because I felt so bad. She was like, I'm never talking to you again. She was like, so she died. She died. And I was like, I am
That's why you haven't heard anything from her, Phil.
Sorry. She was like, and she just, but no,
but
this
like
is
Selena
the real
was like,
ending.
she was like the Beyonce.
Yeah.
Of her time.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. God, Jay, I would have hated you too.
I
would have like never spoke to you either.
I felt so, but I was like, oh, I legitimately dropped the ball.
Because I'm 30 and I still, like, I haven't seen Selena. I think during quarantine I watched Selena.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried because, like, you just realize the love. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine being younger.
Yes. And then kind of like,
I mean, I saw it when I was younger, of course, but, you know.
And for the first time, or like anybody that you really look up to passing away, like Aaliyah, Left Eye.
Yeah.
I bought my, man, distraught on my way to school.
I'll never forget the day Aaliyah passed away. Me, my mom, my dad, and Darian were riding up to Annapolis Mall, and it was on the radio. Breaking news.
Yep. Aaliyah, Left Eye on my way to school. I used to listen to TLC's cassette.
Oh, cassette.
You know, back like old school.
That CD? Cassette? Yeah. Lord. Crazy Sexy Cool cassette. Yes.
And then upgrade to the CD. And like when Left Eye passed away, I was distraught on my way to school. Yeah. I remember sitting outside my sister's cheerleading gym when Michael Jackson passed away. It's the day before my birthday. I do know where I was. Whitney Houston.
When Whitney Houston passed away, it really broke my heart.
Yeah.
It really.
All I know is I was on Forbes Boulevard, about to hit 95, and I was like, wait, what?
No, see, I was in Towson.
No, I was on.
I was still in Towson in the apartments, and Ty had come in, and she was like, "Veronica, Whitney Houston passed away." I was like, "What?" And it rocked me to my core.
Yeah.
It was a lot of other stuff going on around that time, anyway. But
yes. Yes.
Let me see. You got anything else for us, girl? Let me see what else.
That's all I got.
Oh.
That's what I have to give.
Part of me has one, but I think I want to save it. How much? Where are we on time?
We're at 44.
Yeah, I'll save it. We'll talk about this later. We can make either a shooter or we can make a whole episode out of this. I feel like.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
all right, y'all. It was our social media week. Super excited.
Spooky season. We're gonna do some spooky things.
Let's get some like spooky stories next. Like the scariest thing you've ever done in your life. Like, never mind.
Scariest thing I've ever done. Okay. I don't know what that would be, but you know.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Happy spooky season.
Yay. It's our time.
Yes. It's VJ.
It's Jame.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Bye.